mindset. We're not running from the business. We need to practice social distancing, the six feet. So I asked the question to the people on the call, and I'll pause for a second, make sure everybody connects back. Where do you, from 0 to 10, how do you see business opportunity for the next 30 days to next year overall? Where or how do you see business opportunity? Is it possible in the next 30, 60, 90 days, there will be potential sellers that will say, you know what, I hope this doesn't happen again, but if it does, I could move to Arizona, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, and cash out my equity chips, no pun intended, to Vegas, but take my equity, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 and move it to a less expensive home and be in a less populated area, which means I'd be less exposed. I'm not here to take advantage of anybody. I'm just here to share it's a possibility. So where do you see your business mindset, the opportunity in the future from 0 to 10? You don't need to share it with me. Your daily actions will actually show it. Your daily actions will show your future mindset.
Someone asked a question, you want to answer?
What's the question is?
It says, how can we manage the people's fear and panic regarding to buy or sell? Okay. And how can we assure them? Okay, number one, managing clients' fears. First off, sit down and listen to them, hopefully on the phone, unless they'll allow you face-to-face. Hear their concerns. We all have concerns. We all have worries. That's part of life. We're human beings. We should have emotions, but we can't necessarily live in those emotions. We have to learn to control, you know, our mind. We are scared, but the world is not falling apart. You know, I get it. If something's serious, we need to take it. We need to be responsible. We need to wash our hands. We need to communicate. We need to do things to be safe. But let's first hear what the seller's concerns. Then the next item is, let's sit down and hear their motivation. I had an agent from my Whittier office the other night, had clients concerned, they're in escrow. This was Monday evening, talked to my agent. I said, listen to your clients' concerns. And what is their motivation? Why are they selling their home? They had opened escrow. Castle had escrow just because I'm a marketer. They were buying a home in Arizona. And I said, are they still moving forward with the home in Arizona? Yes. So sometimes we just have to communicate and hear people because we do care. And the reality is we need to listen so we can help them. To my knowledge, they're still moving forward with their transaction. You may have agents that may back out. Susie will be sending this afternoon the new forms CAR has come out with, from still open houses, although you want to monitor and be safe, to the new addendum, to there's other forms Bill Jansen is helping us with, and Bill will be speaking to our managers hopefully this Tuesday 9 a.m. on our manager Zoom call, because we're trying to increase communication to our managers and to our agents. Ali, any more questions? Yes, Julio Lopez asked, as an LFRO, what can I do to generate more leads and contacts outside of Mojo Dialer? Okay, well, actually, as an LFRO, you're technically not supposed to be marketing because you're supposed to be inactive and not marketing your business. This isn't my role. This is not our company role. This is an NAR requirement. If you're going to market your business, we need to pay the MLS dues and the MLS fees. And we support and want you to do so you can play big and market your business. If you're going to market under the radar, please be careful and give me a call, reach out to me in the next day or two, and I will talk to you about how we can help you market, but you're going to need to be safe marketing under that circumstance. All right, I'm gonna jump into some suggested daily schedules. Now, please, it is not my intent to have somebody run their schedule based on my suggestions. I'm just kind of giving it a generic, trying to create a win-win. So daily schedules as a suggestion would start off. Number one is, and we're putting on the screen, salesperson's business activities analysis. This is a really single one-page
the two areas that I want to talk about. What is your life purpose? Why are you in the business? Are you looking to achieve 2 transactions a year, 4 transactions a year, 8 transactions a year, 20 transactions? It is not my option or any of the leadership team's choice to choose how many transactions you do, but know what your life purpose is. If you're first as a parent, as a grandparent, or you're taking care of an elderly parent, help them. We understand and respect that. Moving on into my primary source of seller prospects or buyer prospects in the section in the middle of that page, starts with your sphere of influence. It's staying connected. It's reaching out to them. This is the best time ever to reach out to your sphere of influence. People are concerned. People are fearful. This is a time to show we care. We want to help you. This is not about asking for a listing today. This is about asking how they are doing today. You can ask them for a listing in 2 months, 3 months, but today, this week, ask how they are doing. There's another item on it. If I exceed my minimum income requirements I will use the money to fund, F-U-N-D, your fund, F-U-N. Focus on your future, whether it's your retirement income or your fund. If you get stuck in today, whatever channel listening to the news is talking what is happening at the moment today. That's fine, but focus on your long-term direction. 30 days, 10 years, 20 years, whatever age you're at, what can you do today that will help your business next week? Because when you start focusing, you're looking on the long run, not the short run. And the bottom of that is if I expect to increase my income by X amount of dollars during the next 12 months, I must do things differently than I did the last 12 months. This is a changing world. We know that. If we're going to work from home, embrace it. Don't fight it. I have to be honest, on Friday night I was a little bit frustrated because I did watch the news and I kind of had to go through a kind of a cleansing by Saturday. On Sunday, I was preparing paperwork things for the company, for managers meetings, reaching out to Elaine and managers over the weekend, talking to them. And by Sunday, I was focused on time to move forward. Let's get going to help people. Let's go forward to help them with their business. Next sheet, I want to talk about, and I'm doing through these quickly. I can come back and do another Zoom call in the future. A daily success plan. The things I have to do. Things I have to do. By 9:45, which is, from 9 a.m. to 9:45, focus on learning. From 9 to 9:45, focus on learning. You have the Resource Center, Ali will talk about. You have CAR's Learn My Way. You can learn on the Sky Slope. We have the Mohorn Academy. We have Buy-Side you can learn on. Many of these are online programs, but it takes the discipline for 45 minutes. And the reason I say 45 minutes is because typically people say we have short attention span. So when they used to have classes for an hour, they reduced them to 40, 45 minutes. So from 9 to 9:45, learn, focus on it. At 9:45, take a 10 or 15 minute break, walk around, create some energy, create some activity in body movement so that you kind of keep moving forward with your life. So 9:45, we stop learning for 15 minutes. We focus some energy, walk around. If you're like Amanda, walk your dog, or maybe your dog walks you, Amanda.
Yeah. You've seen it.
Yeah. So at 10 to 11:15, I am hoping you are what I call is in your flow time. This is when you're enthusiastic, you're excited. So from 10 to 11:15, I'm going to call this profit seeking time. Profit seeking is where you're going to make 5 phone calls, send out 5 texts, 5 emails. You can do 5 videos, or you can do a generic video, reaching out to people. So 1 video and send out to 5 people. This is profit seeking time, because if you do these tasks, you will create future profits for your business. It's okay to be profitable. It is okay to be ambitious. It's maybe not okay to be greedy, and it's not okay to take advantage of people. But conversely, to be profitable is because you're providing a service of value. So the profit-seeking time from 10 to 11:15 is your focus. You're enthusiastic. And this is where you may want to adjust your schedule. Maybe you're more effective from 12 to 5, but then be engaged, be focused, and be enthusiastic. Be the show person at that point. Have the enthusiasm. Show that you care. and care and follow through. At 11:15, then take a 15-minute break. Create energy. So you're creating a system of a habit. At 11:30, jump on the MOS. Check. You can preview properties for local geographical areas or by price range. Look at properties. Send out free CMAs to your sphere of influence. You can do a 1-page or a 4-page CMA. Send out a free CMA to them. And just to engage, to let them know, to give them something to think about. We're not forcing them to sell. We're just communicating to them. The other issue is that I put this sheet together is that it gives you opportunities, projects that you will start this week, projects that you will finish, phone calls that you will make, and ideas for later. Because many times we have ideas, and the reality is sometimes we don't always write them down. So you're creating a habit that you're working from home. You can do this from home. You can do this from the office. You can do this wherever you may be, but you're going to develop a habit. This is how we take advantage of an uncomfortable situation and make it better. The last thing on my sheet is what's called the weekly numbers tracker. And this is where we're going to change our company culture. I would ask you to have an accountability partner with each other. You can do 2 or 3 people. Let me give you an example. Ruby and Paula work really well together in our business development, which is our recruiting. So if they were both agents, they could keep track of what they're doing on a weekly basis, and they follow up with each other, and Friday by noon, they check in with each other. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And you can personalize this. We have this form at the Whittier office, and we can modify it for you if you want to change it. Obviously, you can't see face-to-face people, but everything else, phone calls, emails, text, handwritten notes, mail-out marketing, social media marketing. We're trying to challenge and create a consistency in your business. This is not a 10-hour schedule. This is 4 to 5 hours. But you develop the consistency of doing this. I have to be honest, last year I did not do enough recruiting calls. Ruby, Paula, Elaine, Tim, probably the whole corporate staff, you know, that I need to make these recruiting calls. This year, every week I'm making 3 hours of recruiting calls. And I love it because I know I can do it and I have to fit in doing it. And we're hiring more agents, but it's not about me, it's the whole team that's hiring them because we're improving our technology and communication. But my point is that we can find ways to create success, but we have to have the mindset to do it. I can't say, oh my gosh, I went to Nashville and I get to hang out with Amanda and all the wonderful people at the franchise. I still had to make my 3 hours. I don't want excuses. I need to be better. Because if I believe in you making prospecting calls, I have to make prospecting calls. That's it in an overview. I will come back and do this more in depth. I just want to say this, that I talk about 10 minutes, 15 minutes of break time. Moving around creates energy, okay? When you sit at home, when you just hide under the covers, and Elaine can give you that discussion, and Elaine's not gonna do it, okay? She's not gonna sit at home and sit under the covers. I'm gonna come, I'll move on. Yeah, I've been told I should have a bag over my head. That's not the first time. That's easy. Having a sense of humor. Okay, so I'm going to turn over to Allie for a few minutes to have some fun, just kind of do an overview. Next Thursday, 1:30 to 2:30, we're going to really focus on the brand, on the Forever brand, which Amanda will help us with, subject to her schedule, and Allie. So next week will be Allie and Amanda for the full 45 minutes to an hour. Ooh.
Hi everyone. I want to introduce myself to those of you who do not know me. I am Allie Diaz, and I am the company-wide administrator for our technology platforms. And I am here to challenge you guys to log on to Resource Center while we're all quarantined, right? So I am providing here my email. For those of you who do not have their access or who need help accessing Resource Center, please feel free to send me an email, or you could call us here at corporate, and I'll be more than happy to help you. We do have Amanda Warnick from HSF on the call, and I'm actually going to throw it over to her, and I'm just going to sit back and just kind of reinforce all the tools and information that she's going to be providing for us about the Resource Center. So Amanda, it's all yours.
Okay, beautiful. Could you give me access? Do stop share so that I can share my screen,
Yes.
please. Thank you.
Okay, let me know if that happened.
Cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing. So you're still
Okay, so let me
sharing.
stop sharing. Okay, got it. There you go.
Okay, perfect. So now let me share my screen. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
This Resource Center overview. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do is just give you a high-level overview. This is something that you could take advantage of while you're at home learning about the systems that are in place for you. So everything that I'm going to talk about right now begins inside of the Learn Center, the Resource Center. So you go to bhhsresource.com and you log into the system. And if you don't have access to this, if you've locked yourself out, if Allie, you can reach out to Allie, or if you see this little blue button down here, that is the chat for the customer success team. They can also reset your password. Reach out to Allie first, make sure that you have the right email address. She might be able to help you get in. So a quick overview of what it is here. The Learn Center, this is the landing page, and there's so much information here for you to help you in your business, help you stay connected with your people. And what I'm going to talk about first is that you can access this through your iPad, you can access this through a tablet, you can access this on your Apple phone or your Droid. So it's fully functional mobile, easy to get to. A couple of things that I'm going to talk about first is with the home button that appears on every single page inside of the Resource Center. So you can always go back to this main page. On number 2, that's your profile. So when we're done with our call today, all of you should log into the Resource Center and click that My Profile, because you want to make sure that your photo is up. You want to make sure that any languages that you speak are updated. You want to make sure that your email is correct, that your contact information is all correct on there. This is a great way for you to get information from the company. That goes to that. If you're using buy side, the information is transferred over from here. So that's number 2. There's also information here. Number 3 is the customer success team. And this app launcher, by clicking here on the left-hand side, those little dots there are going to let you log into the different platforms. So you can log into Marketing Resource by clicking on the app launcher, or into the Resource Center, totally up to you. I find it easiest to just click on the pillboxes directly. So a couple of different ways for you to access the same information. So we talked about that. Customer support, that is inside of the Resource Center as well. You can find that on the, right here, contact support. So you can reach them by phone, you can reach them by email, and also by live chat. When they ask for your contact ID, this is, I clicked that too fast. Right here, your contact ID, this is what they're going to ask you for. You can find this right here. Okay, I see somebody has a question. Allie. Oh, aren't they great, Dennis? The customer success team. And I want you to know that the customer success team is now also working remotely, but they're still working. So reaching them out by the live chat box inside of Resource Center is a great way for you to get a hold of them. Our chatter groups is kind of like our Facebook. You can connect with network agents from all of throughout the United States, including Hawaii. You can ask for referrals here. The Ask the Community is my favorite page. So if you haven't connected onto Chatter, please feel free to do so. If you are in a niche market like the equestrian market, or if you work in resort sales, we actually have different chatter groups for you. So we have multicultural, LGBT, equestrian, resort, luxury. So join those that are important to you, and you can connect with other people that are like-minded and just brainstorm with them. What's working for you, what isn't, etc. So that's the chatter group. Awards, this is where you can go and look at the awards criteria. Where are you at? How close are you to getting an award, etc. There are also some templates in there for PR. Suppliers and benefits. Now, I don't know if you knew this, and oftentimes we get so busy just working in our business. Did you know that there's actually a way for you to save money on different things like on Express Docs, things like your phone. If you're with Sprint or Verizon, you can save money on that. If you're a Sprint supplier, or if you use Sprint, did you know that you can actually get a discount through Sprint on Hulu? And so that's something that's good for you. But there's also items on here for you and your clients. There's ways here for your clients to save money. So things like home buyer warranty. There's also Lightstream, which is a way for you to share with your clients that they can get a loan for up to $100,000 through Lightstream. There is Home Connection. So there are other ways for your people to save money as well. So if you haven't logged in and looked at the suppliers and benefits, I highly recommend that you start going through those so you can see ways that you can reach out to your clients, be relevant to them. Hey, just wanted you to know that we have this option for you. I know that you're going to be moving soon, so let's save you some money. The events category, this is where you're going to find out about our convention as well as our summit. So lots of information there for you. And this is probably my favorite inside of the Resource Center is the knowledge base. Because here, just by clicking on that button, you're going to see all of these different items that open up. So the strength of the brand. If you're new to Berkshire Hathaway Home Services California Properties, there's some things that you probably don't know, like about who we are as a company. You want to click on that and look at the strength of the brand. You can look into the Rethink Council, some tools that are available to you. So lots of information for you here on our affinity programs. This is another way for you to save money. We want to save money. Broker referrals, how do you get in on that? Okay, so there's a training inside of the Learn Center. So you want to make sure that you get in here and start looking at all of the different ways that you can benefit from the knowledge base. Another way for you to look for things is, let's say, for example, that you're looking for information only on luxury. Then you can type luxury inside the search bar, and you'll see that all of these menus drop down for you to be able to click and get more information. If you want to be a luxury certified agent, for example, you can click on the luxury collection specialist. If you want to find out about the luxury listing presentation and you already have your designation, you can click on that. So an easy way to search is that search bar. I'm going to give you two things to search for right now. Write this down. I want you to, inside of the Resource Center, in that search bar, I want you to type in home seller, home buyer. So write that down, and that is going to give you some material that you can use with your clients, whether it's a listing presentation or a buyer consultation. So home seller, home buyer. Another thing that I want you to look at is type in map, because it's good for you to know when you're talking to your clients where we're at and what kind of support we get internationally and just here inside of the United States. So news, this changes all the time right here, Real Estate's Forever brand. So any upcoming stories that we have that we're sharing out into the public, this is a great way for you to know what's going on with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And Dennis did ask me to talk a little bit about what I do working from home, because this is what I do consistently. So I want you to know this is, if this is new for you, that time is on your side. And a couple of things, just reiterating what it was that Dennis talked about on your time and working from home. Prepare the night before. I cannot begin to tell you how effective this is in measuring your success, your progress, and just getting that junk out of your head. Writing it all down, set your intention. What is it that you want to accomplish the next day? How many phone calls do you want to make? What are those phone calls about? What is the outcome that you want? So those are two things that you start, and start that the night before. And then developing a routine. You know, Dennis asked at the beginning of our call, can we in 30 days, you know, have a new transaction? Can we in 30 days develop a new habit? Absolutely. And this comes from setting your plan the night before, creating your intention, and having a routine. Listen, I know that you're working from home right now and you can sleep in. I'll tell you, the best thing that you can do for yourself, your mindset and physically, is to be consistent in the time that you wake up, the time that you take your shower, that you brush your teeth, and that you actually step into your office, whatever that may be for you. So develop that routine. It's 21 days to get it down. You may end up actually enjoy working from home. Time blocking. If you're not doing this, you're not making the most of your time. You're not being effective in the time that you do work. So in our recharge program, we talk about taking your calendar and putting your life on it first, and then doing everything else that you need to do as far as business, because now you get a clear and concise picture of when you're going to be working in your business. So I want to share with you what one of mine looks like, and I think you can see that. That's time blocking. I put in the time, who I'm going to call, when, what percentage is going to be phone calls, which percentage is going to be face-to-face, when I'm going to be working on my business, taking notes, updating my contact list, etc. So time block. Top producers, time block. They don't let anything get in the way of their business, because they know that the minute that they get away from that allotted time, the rest of the day goes wonky. And Vic, thank you. I love our recharge program too. Reaching out to your tribe, Dennis was talking about, and it's so important right now with all of the fear and uncertainty that's circulated out there. It is your job to be the voice of reason. It is your job to separate fact from fiction and only provide facts. So reach out to your tribe, see how they're doing. Let them know how you're doing. They want to know. You know, this quells the fear. Once they start seeing that, you know what, this too shall pass. This is also known as prospecting. It's just conversations with your people. And then follow up. The hardest part was getting them on the phone. So create a set a task reminder to follow up with them. Maybe they were concerned about, you know, getting toilet paper at Costco. Set a follow-up task 3 days from now. Hey, just wanted to find out, did you actually go? Because I got in and I have some and I can drop some by. Make sense? Because there's all this hoarding of toilet paper. I don't know why, but anyway, follow up, and then 7-step repeat. This isn't brain surgery. This is just a system of a series of systems that you put into place. And if you're going to be successful, especially now where things have changed, and there are a lot of people that are just like, I'm not doing anything. There are things that you can still do from home. There are things that you can do on your phone, emails, Videolicious, marketing resource to stay in touch and be relevant. You can do virtual open houses, virtual caravans. Have one person go and look at all the property and do a video for the office. And then the last thing is growing. You have to expand your mindset. This 18 minutes here, I took a snapshot of it from Amazon, but you can buy it new, used on Kindle. 18 minutes to focus your life. Okay, so find your focus, master those distractions while you're working from home, and then get things done, get them done right. So I'll leave that up there for a little bit. That's my time with you. Just a quick overview. Get into the Learn Center and look and see what training material is available to you so you know really well what's available, because we've got lots of stuff. I want to make sure that you're taking advantage of all of it.
Everyone, there's a couple of topics I wanted to share with you. The first one is regarding the Mulhern Academy. Hopefully by now you're all familiar with the Mulhern Academy, but being that we're all spending more time in the office at our desks and at our computer, it's an excellent opportunity for you to get some training when it's convenient for you. So just as a refresher, you want to point your browser to mulhernacademy.com. And when you get there, you'll see that there's several different projects, as we call them. We've got the Saturday Series for Success. That's for that Allie. I'm assuming that's Allie doing that. And also SkySlope. And you can see when you click on the Saturday Series for Success, there's a number of videos in there. You can choose which ones you want. When you click on the actual module, it'll bring up a table of contents so that you can see what was involved, and you don't have to sit and watch the whole thing. So you can skip to just certain sections if you want. So there's Ronnie, for example, working with buyers. That's one of actually the most popular. Okay, it's going to ask you after 30 seconds to enter your password, and that password is the company, the corporate ID, which is 00338699. I'm sure you all are probably familiar with that by now. Okay, so there you go, and you can see there's a timeline. You can donate. You can watch parts. You can watch all. It's totally up to you, but it's a great opportunity. Now, just by way of information, actually, the most popular video in the last month, the month of February, was actually the SkySlope videos. So if your agents need to see a webinar or want to get some information or get some training on SkySlope, if you back up to the projects, there you go. You can see training for agents, training for admins, and that's for admins and TCs, and then intro to SkySlope. So for those people that are just getting involved with SkySlope for the first time. Okay, so those are popular and very helpful to the agents. Let me see if I can do a share screen. Okay. So those are some of the things. Now, some of you may be familiar with the fact that CAR just came out with an amendment for the COVID-19, and there actually was a webinar that took place this morning. I wasn't aware of that, but I have seen the webinar. They do make it available. I'm going to try to get the link, the hyperlink, and download that webinar. And so you might want to check in the next day or two and take a look, and we'll try to get that webinar and get up some information, some training information on COVID-19. Okay, so are you fielding questions there, Ellie? Are there any questions about the Mulhern Academy that I can answer?
I don't see any questions in the chat box right now.
Okay, so the other thing that we wanted to talk about, thanks for the hint about the webinar. You're welcome. By the way, for those of you, if you're just getting up to speed on that amendment, the form itself is also available. It's a CAR form, and the name of it is CBA, like Coronavirus Amendment. You can download it from Zip Forms or get it from the CAR site. Okay, the other thing that we wanted to talk about was the Matterport, the virtual 3D service that we offer. And I know a lot of you are familiar with it, but it actually is more important than ever right now, because there's a significant issue around COVID-19 with your inability to have open houses. And if you do have an open house, there's questions about, is the house sanitary? Are the people in the house, or is the house vacant? You know, a number of different things. If people do come to the open house, are there fair housing issues? If you ask them questions about, have they been sick, have they been out of the country, etc. So this is a big issue that we're going to be grappling with, and I'd like to suggest to you that Matterport or something like Matterport could be helpful to you, because this might have to replace a lot of your people coming to open houses. You're going to have to kind of have a virtual open house online. If you have concerns, or if the seller has concerns about people coming into the home. So this website is called anotherhomesold.net. That's up on your screen now. That's a site that was developed strictly for the Mulhern Group. You'll see there that some of the agents that have used this. So you can bring clients, prospects to the site and show them that this is technology that you use to have a competitive advantage. When people go to this site, and you can give them a link if you want, as an agent, just to your tours. You could give them a link to a specific tour if they were interested in a certain property, or you could just give them to the homepage and they could drill down and find you. So they can search the site for tours one of three ways. They can search by the city or the office that you're in. They can search by the property city, or they can search by the agent name. So you can see there's the cities, for example, that we've done tours in. So this hopefully would be a good tool for you. Now, we're all faced with challenges we've never seen before in terms of COVID-19. So one of the things that we wanted to do, and there's a hardship on a lot of people in our business because of it. And so we wanted to make this tour available for the next 30 days to the Mulhern agents, okay, and to do so at no charge from the company. So those of you that have a listing and are faced with the challenge of not being able to do open houses, we'll take it on a case-by-case basis. If you don't already have it, you'll want to get in touch with Brandon Anaya. He's the one that actually creates the tours. But you'll want to make sure that it's safe for Brandon to go into the home. You want to make sure that the home and the occupants and all that, everything is aligned. But it's a tool that some of you are already using, but now more than ever, maybe this is something that can help you overcome the inability to have open houses.
Can I piggyback on that, John? Great information. So I've been talking to brokers throughout the United States, and I have to tell you that brokers are writing offers on homes that are being produced this way. So if there's a virtual tour on your property, the consumer's already used to looking at online on Zillow and Realtor.com. This is just an added feature, and this is what we're moving towards right now. This is the new normal. So I've spoken with 13 different brokers, and 4 of the 13 have written offers thanks to a virtual tour. So if they're offering it free, John he already went through the parameters. You have to take advantage of it. This is the new normal for us for now. But this is a great way for you to have more exposure on your listings without having exposure.
Okay, thank you for that, Amanda. And I see a question from Nicole about the pictures. And the pictures are a subset of the tour. So when we create the tour, we do, it's called screen grab, so to speak, or we can give you the pictures that you need for the MLS out of that as well. That's not necessarily the idea behind the free offering, but it is definitely part of it, and we want you to take advantage of that as well. Now, the other thing about this is that, and tied into what Amanda just said, when we create the tour, we give you 2 links, a branded link and an unbranded link. So when you provide it to the MLS, you provide them with an unbranded link per MLS guidelines. But when you use it on your own website or social media, or of course on anyhomesold.net, then you want to, let's hold on a second. I got another chat coming in. Okay. You want to use this because it's branded. It's got your information as an agent. If up at the top left corner of every tour, it'll give them your name, your contact information, a little bit about the house. Okay. So this is designed to drive traffic to you. I'd also recommend that you put that branded tour address, that URL, on everything you do for the listing. So have it on your flyers. Get a sign writer and have it on your sign writer. Promote it, because it's gonna help people see the inside of the house, and it's also gonna bring traffic to you. Now, can you restate the offer? So the offer. Hold on, let me see. There was another question before you, Scott. Let me just see what it is. Okay, yeah. So it's for the first 25 agents. You must have a listing, and we must mutually agree that it's safe to enter. So on your side, you've got to make sure it is with the seller and with the house itself is sanitary. And then on our side, we've got to make sure that we can feel comfortable sending Brandon in to do the tour. Hopefully I answered Nicole's question, and Scott, if not, please come back to me. Okay, and the site again is posted. It's also at the top of the screen in the browser screen there, anotherhomesold.net. Again, that's exclusively for Mulhern agents. We do have some agents that have had some tours done very recently that may not be up there yet. We'll get that updated so that we can you can use this more frequently. Okay, yeah, Brian, please contact Brandon and he'll go through that with you. Brian says he's got a house that's been vacant for 3 weeks.
John, can you share the contact for Brandon for them to request their free virtual tour?
I can. Brandon, I think Brandon's online. Brandon, you with us? No? Okay. Sure, let me get that. 1 second, please. It's on my phone. Any questions about either Matterport or, there's his cell phone. Okay. Thank you, Whittier. So there's Brandon's phone, 562-572-0516. And while you're there, Ellie, are you poking around that tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might just show them the dollhouse view. You're getting a lot of emails from people that are offering virtual tours, and I know a lot of you are familiar with this, but a lot of them are really glorified slideshows and so forth. There's all kinds of things people are calling virtual tours. But one of the things that's really unique about the Matterport is what they call the dollhouse view. In the dollhouse view, we actually remove the roof and remove the walls of the home, and wow. you can see it floor by floor, and it's a really cool way. You can spin it in your browser, so it's a really cool way to tour the house. Then there's also a floor plan. If you can click on the floor plan icon, And the floor plan basically looks at it directly from above, as if you were in a drone looking down on the house with the roof removed. So there's a floor plan view right there. And people can see like, oh, okay, I can see how the rooms are connected. I can see how where my furniture might go, etc. You can also get 2D floor plans. So if you want to give somebody a floor plan that's actually the kind you get normally with a new home, where it's got the measurements of the room and all that, that's also available. Okay, let's see. Most Matterport tours do not come with guided tour included. It is included with ours. They're a very good point from Whittier. Okay, so they can just press a play button and they can go through the home. It'll take them from room to room, or if they want to, they can jump around. If they want to see the kitchen, they can click on the kitchen and go right there. If they want to go to the living room, they could do it there. So, little plug from Debbie Freeman. Thank you. She's used it. It's super cool, very professional looking, and Brandon's a pleasure to work with. Thank you. How does the photographer create these 3Ds? From Caroline. So the way it actually works, it's actually a scanning process. The photographer has a 360-degree scanner that scans in a 360-degree circle around the room and also does floor to ceiling. They take a scan, they move that 10 feet, they take another scan, they move it 10 feet. They do that consistently through the whole house. Typical house is going to be somewhere between probably 65 and 125 scans. And then the secret sauce of the Matterport is all of that gets stitched together into the really cool virtual tour that you see. There actually is a virtual tour version also. So if people have a headset and they want to do virtual tour, they can actually do it virtually using Oculus or any of the virtual reality tools.
Thoughts. Have any of you ever run track when you were in high school or college? Run track when you were in high school or college? If you did, and if you ran the hurdles, you had to train your mind when you were running as fast as you can. If you knocked over a hurdle, which is an obstacle, you keep going as fast as you can and focus on what you control. When you knock those hurdles down, it's a normal habit to stop and slow down, and you have to train your mind and your body to work through that. We have to train our mind to work through the health issues of today. It will improve, whether it's 2, 3, 4 weeks or 10 weeks. Your habits start today, and what you can do to train your mind when something's knocked down, we keep moving forward. The last final thought, this gives us an opportunity, and this was brought up at the convention last week. Sellers and buyers doing a survey per NAR, 90% of 90% of buyers or sellers would use their agent on the next transaction. 90% would use that same agent on the next transaction. You know what's kind of sad? Is in reality, only 12% end up doing so. 12% on their next transaction use the same agent as they had in a previous transaction.
Why, Dennis?
Because we don't stay in touch with them. So, you know what? Seriously, guys.
You need the blankie.
I need the blanket.
Wait, social distancing. And spray with disinfectant.
This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for our company, our brand, but in particular the Mulhern Group, that was by 52 years of Bruce Mulhern's hard work to stay in touch with his agents and the spirit of influence. It's our opportunity for our leadership team, which is managers, all the staffs in the offices, the corporate staff, to stay connected and help our agents. So working from home is fine, but please be effective. Let's drive that 12% rate higher this coming year. We appreciate you guys being on the call. 3, 4, or 5 hours of discipline will pay off immensely in the future. Thank you for being part of our company. Thank you for being part of our company. Thank you for being part of our company. God bless and make it a productive day. Next Thursday, 1:30 to 2:30, it will be Allie and Amanda focusing on the Real Estate Forever brands. It's your brand.